The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, you're here. That means one thing. You got your tab and pen ready to go, right? See, here's the thing. You need to get to know me. I get to know you. All right. And don't forget, and don't worry, I'll never forget you anyway. I have total recall. I like to forget some people sometimes. Get your tab and pen together in today's date. I'm pushy. I'm direct. I'm going to tell you the truth. Don't take it personally because I want you to get off your assets and become a corporate millionaire. Is that blunt enough? I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. All right, brought in my first $1 million at 14 and a half. My first thing is, why didn't you? I brought in 2.6 billion at 26. Why didn't you? You watch people come to this country all the time and make millions of dollars. Why haven't you? Again, we got no excuse. I know you spend thousands of dollars to get a corporation and learn diddly squat. I don't understand that too. And then half of you have shitty credit because you don't know how to play the game and win. So today we got some choices and we're going to play. All right. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. Let's play and have some fun at the same time. So let's see. All right. Godfather Credit. Why would I get a silly name like that? Been on KNX radio 48 years. That's where I got the name. All right. Why? I built 5.4 billion. Now about 6 billion of credit for people. We get to play. Now let's understand today there's no pictures, there's no recording. You got to write it down and put it here. You got to make sure everything you do is habit forming. Now, I like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and race boats and yachts. I only show things I obtained. I'm not going to be like on tickety-tock, Google and YouTube and some blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give you the real rules and tools and how to play the game if you want to. And I'm online 6 days a week. I don't have excuses. But me, I was born in a taxi. So my life started born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. Rags to riches? Simple. My mother didn't want me. She threw me away. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. Got used and abused there too. So what am I supposed to do? Your biggest problem is you got to get rid of all the excuses. Bottom line, if you do what I tell you to do from today and the rest of this year, you'll have $1 million corporation. But if you don't do what I say to do, that's on you. So let's let your journey begin with me today. You got your tab and pen ready to go? I'm going to look behind that curtain. We're going to learn how to play. The ultimate goal is simple. Now get out your personal credit cards right now. Come on. Lay them in front of you. I'd like you to think about something for you. If we take, now understand, I am Ray Reynolds. I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief of TOW in Experian years ago. TOW stood for The Reports Wrong. And then there was Thomas Raymond Woolridge. Then they be bicycle parts. We got information business. A lot of things were set up a long time ago I was involved with. If you take your credit cards in your personal wallet or purse right now, and we put a sticky in the back, we're going to dummy size this. We're going to put a sticky and write down the limit of the card. Then you're going to write down maintain 25% always. And then write down never go past 29%. I know your real estate agents or brokers told you 40, 50%. That was BS. And you found out that true because when you paid in escrow, had to pay down a debt or two. Let's think about something. If you had two cards like I have in my hand, these are 50,000 a piece. If I use the rules and tools I just gave you, that gives me 71,000 of safety credit. Case blank is the fan, loss of job or pandemic. See, the problem is most people live on their credit cards and think it's free money until they screw it up and need it. This crap is going to stop. You are going to create a line of defense because I said so. I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old and drag you up the hill if that's what it takes. Because every one of you deserve to be a millionaire corporation. Now we're going to look at a corporation. This is chapter 18. I'm not here to give legal advice or accounting advice at all. This is public record. Got to give you a little disclaimer. So let's see what happens. A corporation, look right there, come on, is a legal person. It says it may sue or be sued. That kind of sucks. I thought a corporation gave me a free way to do everything. But the reality is very simple. All right, now I set up division process. So write down division process. I created and invented it in 85, 86. Now, when I was 7.5 years old, I heard a corporation was a legal person at the Hope family house. Rich and famous people smoking cigars and talking out their butts. But I said, what? They said a corporation is a legal person. I wrote it down. I needed to get out of hell. I learned to read at 2.5 years old, by the way. So what did I do? The next day, I rode my little bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. Next door was a library. I walked in and go, ma'am, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. She walked back in a couple of minutes and said, here's a mock of his, here's a book. She was a bee. And I read the book. Here's your problem. You should be a corporate millionaire to $5 to $10 million today. Why aren't you? Why? That should be your favorite word. Why? So I read the book and I went back for 2 years. See, I found out there's no blueprint. There's no steps and rules and tools. Everything I read is a bunch of BS. And you spend thousands for a corporation, for an attorney, CPA, corporate service. All right, that's called ridiculous because corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. And what did I do next? I sent away my money order to the Secretary of State, California. And I'm the founder of Helping Hand Industries. I was 9.5 when I started getting credit cards in the mail. See, everyone got credit cards in the mail in the 70s and 80s while applying for credit. I got $100,000 of credit cards in the mail. I was like, what? I got named in the movie Dave. Can you pay attention today? Now everything is going good. I'm 9.5 and I start a company and another entity. I started basically teach our children, became DARE. That was fun. I got basically to teach Braille. The Braille Institution got mad at me. I was named in a lawsuit. I'm 12.5 years old. I'm named in a lawsuit because I used the word Braille. See, I didn't understand trade names, trademarks, and copyrights. I had to master that too. See, you use Velcro, right? No, you don't. You use hook and loop. Velcro is a company in El Segundo, California. You blow your nose in Kleenex? No, you don't. Use tissue. See, I didn't understand these things, and I had to learn that too. So I got named in the lawsuit. That kind of scared the hell out of me. So let's remember something. A corporation is sued. They sue you because you're the officer and the founder and the CFO, and you're the incorporator too. Wow. And if you think a registered agent's going to protect you, that's registered agents for process of service. They're still going to come get you. So a division process that I created and invented made sense to me. So let's understand. We're going to teach you to play. Never bring the pain home. Why would you bring the pain home in the first place? I don't understand, stupid. And you're not stupid. Why did you do something stupid? Did you do that? When I was a little boy, all the grown-ups kept saying, oh, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I asked what that meant. Explain it to me, please. You're the grown-up. I'm a kid. All they can do is go, beep, beep, beep. They're stupid. So what happens? Very simple. Corporations, divisions. You know your Bank of America's bankrupt 5,000 locations, Chase, Wells Fargo, cities, grocery stores, and things, and they get a tax credit for their silliness or their stupidity. So let's understand today. Your corporation, if you have one or when you get one, your name will be all over it on the Secretary of State's website. Oh, goody. They sue the corp, they sue you. You're a duck and a sheep. If the world doesn't let me convince the world to get division process so you can protect your ass, it's in the corporation and your family, what are they going to do? So again, I don't want you to get sued and screwed. Let's understand today. It's pretty simple. So today, if we listen and learn, like they told me when I was a kid, all right, put all your ducks in a row. I asked what that meant too. You know what they said? Baby, they couldn't answer the question. I don't like the fact when people say things because they can't explain what they're saying. These little sayings and all the goodies too. So I created a corporation, 3 divisions, and I gave them a blueprint how to put your ducks in a row of $1 million. Would you like $1 million? All right, if you want $1 million, raise your hand. Go ahead, raise it. You see, that would be stupid. You have to pay tax. Would you like a corporation credit card worth $1 million? And you write it all off on your taxes, interest rate too. Hell yeah. See, the difference is how to apply the knowledge and not bring the pain home. So let's understand. We're going to talk about see it, write it down, believe it, go get it. I want you to understand what I created. I was 9.5 and I created a blueprint and I nicknamed it see it, believe it, go get it. Okay? Let's think about it today. You see what you want. You make your master list. And what do? You want a house. You have one, great. If you have a house, is it an irrevocable trust? Did you do an assignment of equity? Or when they sue you, they screw you and take it away? Do you want a house? Pathlight will get your house and rent it to you, convert it to a mortgage. Okay, we'll solve that problem too. Your car, you shouldn't even have a car. The number one lawsuit is bumpity bumps in cars. So what happens if you're the registered owner, when they sue you, they screw you and take everything you got? That kind of sucks too. See, the car should be a division of a corporation. Money. Now, I'm born in a taxi, used and abused. I got no family. I got no mommy, my daddy. Getting one of those like you did. All right. Maybe that's why half the people are lazy or weak. I don't understand. So how am I going to get out of hell? I got to finance my way. If I use my personal credit and I jack it up, I drop the score, I get stuck, I can't get any more, and I can't ride a dilly squat. That'd be stupid. And I'm one of the few, not one of the many. Why do people do stupid things? If we turn and listen to me and I get you corporate credit under the tax ID, cash credit, up to $1 million, you get to write off the interest in the credit card. There's your free money. Just maintain the payment. So the money, you can use it to go get the honey, franchise, real estate, anything you want to do. And the bottom line is, I got to get you to a 750 score. And I'll even guarantee that too. All the way up to up and away, I'll get you some cards as well, balancing your debt. So if we write down, see it, and then we start to believe it, make our list, goal list, and all the activities, and pray God opens the door, and we go get it. Isn't that easy? So for me as a kid, bringing my first $1 million at 14 and a half wasn't hard to do. I would see it, believe it, go get it. And I invented Car Finder and other things too. See, I don't understand. Why aren't you worth $1 million plus? What's wrong? Are these turned up? Are these working yet? It's up to you. I have a program that's a foolproof program. It's not hard to do. Okay? Yes, the corporation can accept cash. Of course it can. It's the only thing it could. Bottom line is very simple. If you receive it, you're subject to tax. So a good statement too. So the blueprint, let's play. Let's understand that today. Now, here's some clients, rich and famous people. I'm sure you heard of Arnold before, Dr. Lucky, Superman's for Gold's Gym, a college professor at Iowa University, and Glenn lived in his car for 3 years and I said, stop it. I gave him a raise 360, new business, millions, new house, new truck. Is that okay? Giovanni worked for Pixar at the time, $1.6 million. Little Karen got properties in Long Beach, California. She's got her videos out there at 1.2 million in 9 months. But again, then I got people coming out of prison. They need a second chance too. So here's Free Ray, Ricky, Dickie Ross. Simple. Get them gold and platinum cards up to $1 million. But then he tries to sell credit and I go, what are you doing? You don't like me now. Boo-hoo, who cares? Thomas here, 26 years in prison. Ray, nobody wants to help me. Simple. Let me show you what to do. Every week I coached him. Between his son and him, got him credit. He got his brand new dump truck within 8 months. Then he gets more dump trucks and makes millions a year. Would you like to play too? We know what kind of business you're in. We can play and teach you how to play every step of the way. Now I got a problem. I write with 2 hands at the same time, 2 different things, and have a conversation. When I was a kid, they said I was retarded. All right, simple. And then I got an IQ of 203 and with total recall. I think they were just stupid. What do you think? Let's go back to basics. Can we do that? Can we go back to Franklin D. Roosevelt, a president, January 30th of 1934? He had the Gold Reserve Act. He confiscated everybody's gold. Mine, 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 mine. And then he used it as Fort Knox. So he printed some money. That means you, most of you, you got your SSN, which is an SS5 form, when you're 14 to 16 years old. Okay? And no one used that to get credit in the first place, so a bunch of stupid people started to do that too. Then all of a sudden, what happened next? Our president at the time in August 1971, Nixon, I'm not a crook, realities, he took out the Gold Act. What does that mean? Now, let's pay attention. Every woman who delivered a baby at the hospital, within 2 hours is mandated, she signs an SS5 form for the SSN. So they can track the income for every step of the way. So when you understand rules and tools and you build your foundation, your biggest problem is you didn't build a foundation. And every time you screw up, you bring the pain home and you fall on your ass at. Isn't that true? Let's explain the biggest mistake people do. Very simple. All right, we take an SS5 form, we get an SSN Social Security card. We get one chance to make it right. 9 out of 10 people screw it up all the time. So we're we the people. Oh, we the people, yeah. And then we get an SSN. That means we're tax, and probate till we're dead. And they reach in the ground to get that too. You do know the time of death at the hospital happens to be for the state and federal government, not for your family, right? And now we have to compare. We're going to compare SS5 and SS4. Is that okay? Let's think, all right, that most people, because they do, they bitch and complain about rich and famous people not paying enough tax. My theory is shut up and join them. So if we look at Bank of America, the bankrupt 5,000 locations, Wells Fargo, Chase, U.S. Bank, and other ones, and Sam's Club, and Geico, and all these things in the cities and states, and all the grocery stores too. How do they do that? So let's understand. Here's an SS4 form. And I get people all the time, I got a tax ID, Ray. Good for you. You didn't learn crap. You didn't learn dilly squat. Let's learn. Line 1 on an SS4 form, you should get one today. Download it from irs.gov. It's free. It says legal name of entity. Corporation, division, subsidiary. It also says or individual person. It was designed for these purposes and for credit, by the way. But again, it's up to you. So let's think about today what we're going to do. Why don't we put your name on line 1? Would that be okay? Or division? SS5 equals SSN equals 1040 tax return to track your income till you're dead. So then tax. The SS4 is an 1120 tax return known as a tax ID, and it doesn't pay tax. Put your hands like this. Come on. We're going to do this a lot. So here's SSN, tax, and probate till you're dead. Here's SS4. No taxes due till you're profitable. See, it don't matter what type of corporation you set up in the beginning. I know the tickety talk, oh goody, an LLC, this is all rich and famous people do it. Talk about a crap and a bunch of bullshit. I mean, understand, every corporation's on the Secretary of State's website. All right, they know everything about it. That's just stupid. Oh, you got to do this, your kids work here to get the tax credit. You haven't made any damn money yet. So we'll talk about types of corporations, but the first goal is tax ID is taxable when you're profitable. So guess what? You never had to bring the pain home. If you have shitty credit and your score sucks, which half of you do, you did it to yourself because you didn't pay attention to me. I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. Where have you been? So let's understand. If you never filed tax return and you've been ripping off the world and stealing money, not paying taxes, go to prison and don't pass go and collect you $200. See, here's the problem. Most people don't want to pay tax. So if we don't want to pay tax, but if we play by the rules, when you play a game, do you play to cheat or to win? Which is it? So if we take the IRS website and go irs.gov and we get a hold of a 1244, we can file one tax return, SS5, SSN, SS4, into one. And what do? We're not double taxed. And on top of that, guess what? You almost never pay tax ever. So why would somebody want to not pay tax to the IRS when they can play the game and win anyway? I don't understand stupid. Do you understand stupid yet? See, the problem is people make stupid decisions and they do stupid things of the lack of knowledge. So here's what I want you to think about. Corporate credit. Remember, personal credit? No! You just balance it. All credit under the corporation. Tax ID is a write-off. That's only $10 million. Okay, what do we do next? Oh, it's free money. You see, how are you going to finance your American dream? You've all stole from your family. You juggle this and that. You're going to win the lottery, get a hell of a raise. But if you let me build you $1 million of cash credit, you can write it all off. But that's up to you. But then you have to pay attention and follow through. All right, so they maintain a little payment. Now, what do? It doesn't hurt the family. And a division is your line of defense. And what happens next? You could build your legacy and leave your family something when you're dead. We're all going to die anyway, but we got to plan to die and plan to live. So here's the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 states, but they got 50 corporations they call states. States got corporations they call cities. They invent a Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. They bankrupt 11 cities, debts, and stay in business in front of you. You could do the same thing if you had no intent to do fraud. You brought the pain home because you don't know how to play. Sorry, just the truth. I'm going to give that to you every step of the way. We, the people, corporation's a legal person. Stop bringing the pain home. I don't understand why we do that in the first place. So I created division process because of one reason. I didn't want to bring the pain home like you. And I want a second chance in case I screwed up too. So write down 9 divisions. Can you do that for me, please? 9 divisions. Go ahead. Now, I want you to understand. Get your tab and pen. If you haven't got it yet, just go get it now. I want you to write down division of me. Can you do that? Division of me. Let me show you an example, all right, because you didn't pay attention, of the SS4 form. You got your tax ID. Woo! You don't learn diddly squat. When I told Ted Turner, when I was 9.5 years old, how to use that form 26 ways, I told him, what? You put your name on line 1, corporation, division, or subsidiary. We're going to build a corporate umbrella. Is that okay? So you quit bringing the pain home, because that made no sense. So if you have a division of me, we're going to use an example, one of the goodies I obtained. One of the Lamborghinis, part of the collection. Here's the key. For the $1 million. So the payment is $6,800 a month. Now, if I buy the Lamborghini through me and I can't pay it, the $6,800 a month, and they take it away, that creditor tells the IRS, and I get a 1099-C. Now I have a credit problem, and I got shitty credit, and I got an IRS problem. And I really stepped in and screwed it all up. Now, if I get it through the corporation, and they sue the corp, they still sue me because I'm on the officer's list, and I'm a duck and a sheep. That'd be kind of stupid, and I'm not stupid. So what did I create and invent for me? I bought the Lamborghini through the division of a corporation. I showed you SSN, SS4, right? I guaranteed it is an SS4 because I'm allowed to. Got it? Now, I got no intent to do fraud. If something goes wrong, I'm allowed to do the 3-step I created for me. Once you write it down, you use it too. I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, put it aside, fight to save it. I'm going to probably fight for about 6 months. Now, I'm going to maintain my other pieces of my companies and doing money, making money to make honey. And what happens here, if I can't save it under the Federal Protection Act, I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it. Isn't that what your cities, states, and your grocery stores and banks do? I'm allowed to. I don't want to, but if I have to, I'm going to. Wouldn't it be better to bankrupt a division versus you screwing up your family in the first place or your corporation? Would that make more sense? Oh, well, what can I say? Now, the next thing is the building. When you lease a building, if they don't give you more space to grow, then they hold you back. What if it didn't work out? So if we lease the building as a division of a corporation and we guarantee a division of me on that, again, guess what happens? No matter what happens, if shit hits the fan, it doesn't screw up the corporation, it doesn't screw up my family. Why do people do stupid things? I don't understand stupid. Do you understand that yet? The properties. The tenants are going to slip and fall and sue you and screw you up. So what do? Now let's think. All right, if a woman and a man can have a family called babies, so can a corporation. It's a legal person. So I invented division. So let's understand the Fair Lending Act. Write down Fair Lending Act. Every card is up to 99 more cards. I invented daisy chaining as well. So we can have fun. Now, I want you to think about something today. The SS4. Again, it's taxable and it's profitable. So I don't care what type of corporation in the beginning. That's why I do a level 1 class and setup every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I can help you fix your things you screwed up or get your new things not to screw up. Is that okay? Divisions. Divisions. Write it down. Here, give you another example. What did I do? Lamborghini. I replaced my SSN. I use an SS4. And guess what? So I basically protect my assets and all the things I'm trying to accomplish. And if I can't pay for it, something goes wrong, I didn't plan it in the intent not to do fraud, I get to do the 3-step disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Again, I can replace myself again as an SS4. So what do we get to do? We don't have to be stressed out, and we can maintain a 750 score and more. Why does anybody bring the pain home in the first place? There's no reason to ever bring the pain home. They do it because they lived on their credit or jacked it up for a business. Isn't that silly and dumb? So me as a division, I can guarantee credit card, house, franchise. Isn't the ultimate goal not to bring the pain home? I mean, I don't understand. Why do people bring the pain home? But again, we're building a corporate umbrella. So if a corporation is a legal person, everything under the umbrella is a legal person, and the division is actually a corporation. Every time you say that to everybody around you, that's all you get to say and do. The corporation has a corporate umbrella for you. Let's do this. Why don't you go on the Secretary of State's website today? Why don't you Google Secretary of State sos.waterstatetraining.gov, find your corporation if you have one, find you're in the incorporator, you're on the officers list, and 87% of people use their home address. It's called stupid. And they're on the national mailing list now, and that's how they get robocalls and junk mail. Why don't you change the address if you screwed that up? And what do we understand? If they sue the corporation, they're going to sue you. If you want to be a duck and a sheep, then do what you're doing today. But again, they said put your ducks in a row. I had to design it for the grown-ups when I was a kid, so I'm going to do it help for you too. When they sue the corp, they sue you. You became a duck, and that sucks. So what happens is divisions give you the line of defense. Wouldn't you want to roll the dice? I mean, when you started a business, you sat down with people, friends and family, probably at the table, and you said, what if something goes wrong? All right, what did you do? I don't understand. God gives me a vision. I create things to do things, and basically you have a chance to change your life if you want to. 2 per item. What happens if we have no intent to do fraud? We can get rid of a division and disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If you have a corporation today, if you allow me to add history to your corporation, to my dashboards, as an affiliate, 119 creditors, I want to get you a card for 100,000. Is that okay? If I get you a corporate card through tax ID through my system? Now, would you like me to multiply it with 9 divisions? Would you like that too? Isn't that $1 million? Every division has the ability to have a franchise, a piece of property, and other things too. Isn't the goal not to bring the pain home to you? You see, corporate credit write-off, personal credit not. It's simple. I like simple. So here's a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall. Here's a $1 million Lamborghini. Here's one of the mansions that were $5 million I obtained in a $1 million race boat. Just things I obtained. Why haven't you? I don't understand. I got 2.6 billion at 26 to corporate structure. Why haven't you? What's wrong with you? Got to turn these suckers up or what? So let's get you that first $100,000, and then you can turn it into $1 million if you want to. So you got one source named Ray Reynolds. That's me. All right, and basically you never bring the pain home. Is that okay with you? I like goodies. You like goodies? Would you like to see the 20 cards in the card collection? They're not mine, but I got the key. Whee! You see, I like making millionaires. Want to be next? Let me know. But you're going to have to do what I tell you to do. Let me add you to my credit system. You like my pool table? It's always nice playing pool while you're watching the boats go by. Isn't that fun? It's only worth $5 million house. So what's your goal? Let's play with your goal. Let's reach them. Now, I need you to pay attention right now, more. See, here's the thing. You just started your 3rd quarter. You're at your halfway mark. This means how many working days do we have left of the year? I'll bet you don't know the answer to that. Figure it out. I'm online 6 days a week. The bottom line, I've done this for 45 years in person or online. 6 days a week for 45 years. This is my last and final year. So let's basically give everything I can to get you the $1 million dream. Is that okay? Let's pretend these are turned up really loud, and all right, credit above 10,000, corporate credit tax ID doesn't show up on personal report. So let's take 100,000 off for a Wells Fargo card. Take the 100,000 off the Wells Fargo corporate card. All right. All we have to do is maintain the payment. Let's take that 100,000, put it back in the bank. Let's reference 3 times 5. Can you write down reference 3 times 5? The bank, Wells Fargo, all banks, they'll give you up to $1.5 million. See, I need you to write down borrow money is not taxable. Rich and famous people, this create more lines of credit as they grow their business and offset taxes. All right, personal credit should be just maintained for maintaining score. Now, if we take that 1.5 million, corporation in this division buys a franchise. Another company manages for you. You're an investor. You get up to 38%, or basically pass all the bills. The next division buys an apartment complex, and you get up to about 41%. And someone manages that for you too. Your corporation should be a management company, and you should be a private investor creating millions and billions of dollars. That's what I've done all my life. Kind of fun. So let's think. The faster you get to the 100,000, the faster you can leverage into 1.5 million. Now, what are we trying to accomplish? See, you're all different people, but the difference is you all have one thing in common. You want an income to the corporation for $10,000 and $50,000 a month. You want to create residual income to the corporation, not you, because I don't want you to be rich. I want you to control a rich corporation and leave a legacy. That would be your goal. So let's think about another way to make money. During pandemic, Section 8's got paid still. So you can find properties that I do all the time in 14 states between $35,000 to $75,000, or even brand new houses. Okay, we can do a $250,000. We can do a $500,000 one. We can turn all into Section 8. Now here's one for $75,000. All right. Now it's ridiculous because like in California, everything's $1 million freaking bucks even for a lousy house. Here's a place, brand new house, $75,000. The down payment's $1,500. With closing costs, you have to come with $5,000. Why don't we just take it off of a damn card? Whee! And what do? We turn it into a Section 8. So houses from $35,000 to $75,000. So if all you take is $5,000 on a new damn house, why don't we buy 10 of them? Let's collect them. There's management companies you can hire to manage your properties. Now that gives you 3. You know what that creates for you if you paid attention? 10,000, up to 10,000 to 50,000 a month positive cash flow. And you get to sit there going, here's all the money to get the honey. And then what happens? You're going to leave a legacy in the future when you die. So what do we get to do? Residual income, Section 8. Legacy has begun. I like getting money. I've had a paycheck for 30 years. I don't need one. Why would I want a paycheck? The ultimate goal, you could do the same thing too if you want to, but you have to pay attention and follow through. Is that okay? If I get to tell you what to do and treat you like you're 2 years old, and if you don't do what I say, then I'm going to say, get off your assets and do it anyway. It's a choice. Let's think today. Every day I get up at 2:25, and I always, thank Jesus for another day. Go look in the mirror. Why don't you go look in the mirror today when no one's around? 5 minutes. Stare at yourself. Ask yourself a question. What did you do yesterday to get to your $1 million dream? You sit there going, like a bunch of dummies, then do act. Get your assets earlier up every day. Fight for what you want. That's what I would tell you to do. Do you have the bankruptcy list? Do you have the list for car, boat, house, apartment complex, duplex? How about probate list? How about divorce list? How about we sell products on Amazon, all right, through our divisions and just broker the vendor and supply credit? See, your problem is you. It's like, get off your ass and let's go get it. Let's see, every corporate should have $1 million of cash credit, so every division, checkbook money, and supply and vendor money too. That's 10 million. But if you work it fast enough, by the time you turn around, you have a $10 million company. But the biggest problem is you. Most of you have too many damn excuses. All right, we have to rebuild you the right way. Half of you are lazy. Now, what do you want to do? Think. Don't think, just do. If I was you, I'd go to every expo and get all the expos and look at everything and franchise trade shows. Hedge funds, figure out what needs to be done. Let's say Amazon. I like these little videos that you do this and that. That's, to me, it's all a bunch of crap. How about we take a corporate and a division, we get open accounts on products, and we sell them on Amazon. All right, we get the money now, and the company wants us to pay them in 45 days. Would that be okay? I got clients that make $1 million a year plus on Amazon. So if you want a ultimate package for Ray Reynolds and you and me, let's build a relationship. 30 days, you and I are going to call each other every week. 90 days, level 1, 2, and specialty classes, and 9 divisions. Now you got 6 ways to pick. So get out your cell phone, certain page, they'll say go click, click. I charge 10% for credit to build it up for you. $100,000 is $1 million. So again, these are discounted while you're online with me. Very simple. So you click. Depends on how much credit you want with that package, and then you're stuck with me. You and I are going to be private and going to have some fun. We're going to make sure you don't have an excuse anymore. Now, if you want private calls and more calls, click on this one. There you go. 1, 3, 7, 26 calls before the end of the year. You could play too. Now, if you want me to build you $1 million, that's okay. I will build you $1 million of credit to your corp or the one I hand you. Not a problem. I'm going to charge you 10%. It's $100,000. I'm going to give you $45,000 of bonuses and all these pieces, the ones you don't have. Then all of a sudden, if you want to pay in full, you get a 50% discount. Don't need the bonuses, it's $30,000. If you want to, all right, you can put $10,000 down and you can pay as I build it up and away for you too. So there's always a way to do it with no excuses. It's from you. Now I only put 10 people in that program. Next year, January, I'm going to be in Dublin, Ireland. Last year, I'm doing 46 days a week for 45 years. I got a new TV show coming up, radio show. So I'm not going to have time to do all these classes all the time to try to help people. I've done it for 45 years. I think it's enough time. So I'm going to take the rest of this year until next year, and I'm going to do private coaching. This means only 10 of you, and I already only have, I think, 6 left. So this means any and all classes that I do for the next 2 years, it's yours. All right, weekly video conferencing. We're going to do weekly calls, you and me, private time. We're going to get you past go. And on top of that, rapid refresh. I'll explain that to you today too, and push your scores up and away for the next year and a half. And then you are going to come in person if you're in California, or you fly in. So we work on your blueprint together step by step, or we'll just Zoom it, all right, or do a Teams meeting to it. Now, here's the thing. These people here, I've got to master them for $5 to $10 million. That should be their goal. This is not for everybody. This is for the one who really wants to reach $5 to $10 million. So we're going to go fill out applications together. We're going to walk you through, I'm personally going to walk you through about projections. We're going to do what the limits you're going to ask for. Phone calls with the creditor if you want to elect me as your CFO. I'll talk to your creditor too. On top of that, daisy chaining credit. And then from there, increasing limits as well. Now, this is not a cheap program. By the way, I'm $25,000 a day. Companies pay me that all the time, and I'm $3,000 an hour. This is my hobby, as my wife calls it, so I gave Kmart prices usually here. So again, it's $25,000 period, and then you're stuck with me. Okay, the faster you get in that, the faster you're one of the 10. But if it gets sold out like they usually do in a month or so, guess what? You blow it. You've always wanted a private coach, right? So take a picture of this one. This is Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. When you Zelle, you put RW. You write what you Zelle for. All right, bank, transfer, deposit, or wire. There you go. All right, simple. Now, I like goodies. I bought my first Lamborghini. I was 14 and a half years old. It's impossible. I've done the impossible all my life. Why haven't you? It's simple. God's gift. Mansions in the harbor, race boats, yachts, Duffys, buildings, Lamborghinis. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. You see, a corporation that pays tax, they didn't spend enough money or create a bigger line of credit. But it's up to you. I accomplished all my goals. I always have, always will. You see, I have everything I've ever wanted. since I was 26. No matter what happens, I just build it again if it goes screwed up. Here's me, 81, fastest kick, highest kick on the planet. So every time I hear some idiot say white man can't jump, are you kidding me? Who do you think holds the damn record? Stupid is stupid. I don't understand stupid. I kicked at the lights that night when the Guinness Book of Records guy pissed me off. And here, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. All right. The only thing against you is you usually. So there's my first Lamborghini, 14 and a half. What did you get when I was driving to Orange Coast College at 14 and a half? Did you get a Lamborghini too? So I don't hear no. When people say no, I say thank you. I walk away and I find a way anyway. No doesn't mean no. It just means I don't know how. That's on their part, not mine. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. Stop bringing the pain home. I've been the #1 consultant worldwide for over 30 years. 1,000 steps to millionaire, certified CFO. Now, I'm leaving $10 billion to the Ray Reynolds University. Now, here's the thing about me. If I pay tax, if I leave it to my kids, then it's pay tax again. That's stupid. My children are officers of the corporation, so they get to control the goodies without paying tax. Isn't that okay? And then if they make too much money, then they pay tax on that. So how we play the game is how we win. Now, what legacy did you get? What did your family leave you? I'm sorry, it's probably a big fat 0. Now, I'd like you to think about the way I think and leave a legacy. I want to convince the world about division process, the rules and tools, and leaving legacy so the families stay together. All right, because the biggest problem is families today. They all need a mommy and a daddy. I didn't get one, but it's okay. It was good for them. Let's think. A corporation can live forever, but you can't. We're going to die. Let's plan to do that too. Who's going to take over everything you get when you die? You're working your tail off to get it all. When you're dead, since you didn't plan this the way I want you to plan it, they get all their pieces and then they forget you're around. And they get all your goodies. What happened to that? See, I'd like you to think about leaving a legacy. Can you do that for me? Let's think. Let's open these real big. Can you write down irrevocable trust? Can you please do that for me? Do it for yourself. Irrevocable trust. Then I'd like you to write down UCC1. Let's think. A house has a deed of trust. A car has a pink slip. Every asset in your house or office, if it's listed on a UCC1, recorded county recorder's office, you can turn that into a chattel mortgage and borrow against your own shit. You can list it to an irrevocable trust so you know where your goodies are going to go when you're dead. Okay, that's called planning to die. But again, it's going to be up to you. So when I die, I know where my goodies are going to go. And the corporation controls it anyway. Why would you ever not plan to die? I don't get it. So I'm going to build you credit based on bonuses and what you invest, usually up to times 10. Is that okay with you? So let's understand the play. Now we're going to talk about personal business credit too. Let's draw the diagram in front of you. Draw the diagram. Come on. Let's see. Bank of America has bankrupt 5,000 locations. Their corporation has branches and they're called subsidiaries. They decide to bankrupt it. They get a tax credit. Wells Fargo, Chase, U.S. Bank. How about basically Sam's Club? How about Geico? How about divisions to save your asset? And even cities. So what should your ultimate goal be in the beginning? Simple. Please stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. And I'm talking 5 million. Again, what did I create when I was 9.5? A blueprint. I called it then and I call it now. See it, believe it, go get it. Would you like me to blueprint you and get you where you want to go anyway? So what do we get to do? My thought of the week is don't miss the boot camp that just went by, because you did. Sorry you missed it. You shouldn't have missed it at all, but you did, most of you. So the ultimate goal is very simple. It was my last one. So coaching is the only way you're going to get to play with me. See, I'd like to repackage you and put you back together my way as Humpty Dumpty. Because if your way worked, you'd be a millionaire to billionaire corporation today, but you're not. Why not? Let's draw the diagram again. Corporation basically managing divisions, not doing business, managing entities. That way you stop bringing the pain home. You put your ducks in a row, and I repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. Is that okay? So what do? TV show comes up next year, going nationwide TV and radio, and I'm not going to have time to do the 6 days a week thing. So here's rich and famous people that listen better than most of you. And what happened with you, you sit around the kitchen table with your friends and family. And you said, let's start a business, honey. And then what did you do? Hopefully someone was smart enough to say, what if something goes wrong? You hocked your credit cards, you jacked the score, it went down, you can't get any more, you backed yourself in a corner, and you can't ride a dilly squat, and you hocked your house. If that's true, that's called stupid. I don't understand stupid. Do you understand stupid yet? All right, the goal was not to bring the pain home. And 9 out of 10 people's businesses fail in the first year anyway. Why don't we write down today's date? Let's project 90 working days. Is that okay? Let me hold your hand for 3 months and I get you up to the $1 million. Is that okay? But you're going to have to follow through on your end too. Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. Page 6 says cash flow for your time. All right, in my original book, someone tried to steal that too. I sold the Millionaire's Founders Kit at the Bonaventure. 12 books and CDs. I sold it for 32 years, $5,000 a set. Full blueprint to make $1 million. Build it up and away. You can have it for free today. That's right, free. As long as you sell 99 bucks shipping and handling. There you go, 99 bucks, Zell, and say what, and put your address where you want it to be shipped to. And that's all you got to do, 99 bucks. There's the Zell. Put basically RW and what you have just to ship it to right away, please. From here, my new series is coming up, basically, how to create $1 million in 12 months of corporate credit. But here, this one's going to have DVD, removable inserts, and PDF. Simple. Now, starting a business is like, running a business, you don't have the people around you, friends, family, and employees going to knock you down. They're going to catch you, you're going to fall off the damn cliff and die. Hey, that's starting a business. Congratulations. Every morning since I was 2.5 years old, I wake up at 2:25. When I was 2.5 years old being used and abused, I didn't like it. I knew if I woke up at 2:30, the abuser would get me. So my brain's been programmed to wake up at 2:25 every day ever since. I go to my knees, I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror and put myself in check. I didn't get a family or a mommy and a daddy, so I got to put myself in check. I got to motivate myself because no one else around to help me anyway. So that's what I do every day. What you do, you probably listen to your friends and family that have made millions and billions and they cloud your direction. I think that kind of sucks, but that's up to you. Now, I want to show you something that happened to me. July 4, 2009. I got 3 yachts in the backyard worth millions and billions, helping people 6 days a week. I'm at the Bonaventure 32 years. Wife wants to take out one of the yachts with a group of people. Fantastic. Next day, I'm dead. I'm dead, but I get to hear what's going on in the room. Tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. Nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. From there, I got a choice to stay in peace or go back. And Jesus said that, and I said, go back. So I'm going to take away your excuses. All right? I moved 24 times since I'm 11.5 years old. At every school from Torrance, Hawthorne, all right, Long Beach, Watts, all these great areas, you had to learn to kick it or run. I'd rather die than run. I've been shot twice. I've been knifed 6 times. So I got no excuses, but now that you met me, neither do you. All right, quit basically doing wham, wham, wham. It's time to go get it. I'm truly God's example. That's what I believe, and see if I can help you too. Very simple. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. Being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. The ultimate goal. Now let's understand. I think you're stuck. Let's get you past go. Let's show you some Lamborghinis, Duffy, mansions, how white men do jump, and see what people say we don't. More Lamborghinis. All right, basically race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Dogs, yachts, and Ferraris. Just a couple things I obtained. I just want to show you Ray's rules. That's what I call it. Is that okay with you? But you're going to have to understand the blueprint, and you're going to have to let me hold your hand every step of the way. See it, believe it, go get it. Is that okay? If we play the game my way? So far, your way, I think, sucks. Let's think. Credit repair. First of all, your credit's not broken. Next thing is Federal Trade Commission says they're fraud, can't collect money up front. So if you spend $100+ a month and 2 years later you still have shitty credit because they can't do anything for you besides lie. So let's understand. For you, why don't you Google Section 611 today? Just Google it, Section 611. Find out what you can do for yourself. I'm going to tell you flat out, you're going to have to man up and woman up. You can't rip off your creditors. If you think you're going to rip them off and play peekaboo under the sheet, in the blankie, no, not going to happen. So if you want a 750, this is all you need to do. There's 3 steps. Write it down. Negotiate any open collection account. From there, all cards at 25-29% rule, but 2, and you let me do one of my rapid refreshes for you. I invented rapid scoring, rapid refresh 39 years ago. Here's your 750. Now, if that's all you want, you just go all day long. Or you can listen, and I can turn you into a certified CFO, and that way we call it the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. People aren't stupid, they just do stupid things. So here's your first 25 steps today. You ready to pay attention? You get your Credit Karma because it's free. It's called Intuit Credit Karma. No fun ever to help you. And what do we get to do? Step 1. Next, I get to analyze your credit. The only way I can tell you exactly what I need you to do in your part is to analyze your credit. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to do within 24 hours. And what is going to happen is I'm going to guarantee you 750 if you do what I tell you to do. And then I'm going to call your case number on Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. All right, in rotation. That way you know exactly what I expect you to do. And you and I are going to hold hands until we're done. And we're going to sing Kumbaya. You see, here's the next problem you had for you. The application for Social Security card. This is what happens. The SS5 form that you did or mommy did, no one paid attention to. Line 1 says name to be shown on card. Full name at birth other than above. So let's understand again. SS5 equals SSN equals 1040 tax return. The only reason we have a Social Security number, not for credit purposes, that was bull crap when someone screwed it up, was for tax purposes only. So when you look at your card in your personal wallet today, it's very simple. You're going to notice it says do not laminate, do not carry with you. And then from there, it says do not use for ID purposes. But it says also property assessment administration, not you. So let's understand SSN equals 1040 tax return. Ultimately goes step 2. Next, we have to think about that paycheck you got years ago. You got your first paycheck. You thought they were ripping you off, the company you work for, until they pointed out that the IRS gets their cut. You get the leftover. See, we are ducks and sheep. And because you didn't pay attention in the first place that a corporation is a legal person, and we the people, and now you can file one tax return, you screwed it all up. Congratulations. So understand, if you're ripping off the IRS and you're making a mess, you can't do that with the IRS. You can't basically not pay tax. You have to pay tax. But if you do the single filing corporation, you almost never pay tax anyway. So should we play by the rules and tools? What do you think? So here we go. We all get one SSN, we're all ducks and sheep. Corporation gets one tax ID. When they sue the corporation, they sue you. Congratulations. You're a duck and a sheep. If you create division process that I invented in 85, 86, that'll get you the line of defense. So you can protect the corp and your family. And then you can actually be a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Is that okay with you? But again, you have to pay attention. So I'm going to rebuild your life if you allow me to SSN. All right, I want to rebuild you to be a CFO for the corp and the divisions. At the same time, I want you to master the SS4. So let's pay attention. If I get you to master the SS4 to pay attention this time and choose wisely to be a double CFO, put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella, would that be okay? I don't want you bringing the pain home. So the next thing we got to think about is this. SS5 form, it's in the corner. You got an SSN. Let's compare it to the SS4. Is that okay? Here we go again. Line 1. Line 1 says legal name of entity, corp, division, subsidiary, or your name. So if we listen carefully and we balance our debt and do it the right way, we can accomplish a $5 million company. Now that's going to be up to you, but you have to pay attention and follow through. So let's understand. Let's tear apart that form more. We got to look beyond the curtain, look at the next steps. Line 9 there, it says banking and credit purposes. Could you imagine? All right, you didn't pay attention, and now you're learning things you should have known all along. Banking and credit purposes. By the way, that's one per each division. Another chance to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. Corporations should do 4 things. That's it. Buffer tax. No taxes due till you're profitable. Corporate credit, you get to write it all off. A car is fleet price. Hotel is free buffet. That's it. Now, your line of defense is your divisions, because that'll help you buy time and get rid of the problem if you have a problem too. Just don't have any intent to do fraud. So they're cheap. Multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. And every division gets multiple credit reports. And we can do real estate and separate liability. Now remember, you can't take a picture and record. You got to write this down. Write it down now. I already told you that too. So let's understand that is called the line of defense. The line of defense. We build a corporate umbrella. Every tax ID gets a credit report system. I build it for you to get cash credit to write it all off. I will guarantee exactly what I'm saying I'm going to do for you. I'll guarantee it. In writing too. As long as you're part of the program and you do what I tell you to do and you follow through. Would that be okay? In other words, do not violate the program and jack up cards and apply during the program. We're not here to play push me, pull me. Okay? If you do and screw it up, own it, because we will charge you a fee to start your rapid rescore again and close your case. Now, if you have a collection account, negotiate. Past can't chase future. You got an IRS problem, you didn't pay tax or something, they have a magic form too called 656, 433 A and B. So let's understand step 3. Next, we got to think about the rapid rescore and the things I want you to do. I want you to have a 750 score, and I'll help rebuild you, but you got to be part of the program. We got to analyze your credit. We got to put a rapid refresh in place, get you the 750 as long as you're part of the program. You go to class, you don't fall in your what. Again, you pay attention and you do what I tell you to do. Here's an example. She don't have bad credit, but she has a 651. She's the granddaughter of the guy that basically inherited and gave her half a fashion island. She's a billionaire. But why is she doing the 651? Her attorney, CPA, and banker said use half your credit cards. That's called stupid. Okay, she's not stupid, but she's doing something stupid. There's no green lights. I push your score up with a rapid rescore to 132 points. I create green lights. Teach her to start balancing her debt and her score. Simple. Here's a bankruptcy. This husband and wife were told to get a bankruptcy from a bankruptcy attorney, him and his wife, who lied to them. They didn't need a bankruptcy, but they got a Chapter 7. So here's a brand new card, unlimited note, $500 unsecured. Let's build them up again. From here, here's 11 collection accounts, and everything he's got is all screwed up. Here's $3,000 to negotiate your debt. So if you pay attention, and we basically set it all up and rebuild your credit the right way, you go to class and then basically rapid rescore, your goal should be a 750. I do 10 classes every Saturday. They're always live with me. I charge $9.99 to go to class and rebuild you. I give you $1,000 card back to you, so you kind of reimburse yourself. During a broadcast like this, I discount half price. So that means $4.99. And what I do, I change the card to $500. So that is something you do during the webinar with me. If you do it now, you get that discount too. Take a picture of Zell. RW, write down what you sell for too. If it's not done during the broadcast, you kind of blew it. You got to just call the office and pay their normal price, $9.99. If you give me referrals, that's great. I'll build you more credit. Or I'll sell you back 10% for what they referred. But that referral better name your name when they sign up. Maybe you'll have them Zell it and put your name on the message on the Zell. If you don't, they blew it for you. Sorry. Or you can email me a name and a phone number, and I'll have my controller call them right away. Simple. Now, here's where you got to pay attention some more. Okay? Everything you got to do is repackage your life, and you got to do it my way to get to 5 million. Here's a problem. Number one, I'm a voter, so are you probably. They sell the voting list 412 times a year. That's how you got on the national mailing list. From there, you have basically a cable bill. You have a corporation, use your home address. So let's call 888-567-8688. Why don't you get off the national mailing list by opting out 5 years or a lifetime? Is that okay? Step 4. Now, I want you to plan the problem from now on. I'm sorry. You allowed a friend and family member to rip you off. And you know this. You allowed it. See, when you give money to help people, all right, and they don't respect the money, they take advantage of you. They always say, I'm sorry. So understand, you also probably spent thousands on crap that didn't work. All right, motivation's only a day or two. So let's write down safety credit again and put a sticky on the card. Remember the rules and tools I gave you earlier? Write down the limit of the card. Maintain 25% always as a balance. Never past 29%. You're creating your line of defense. Is that okay? So all dashboards, the way I designed it years ago, 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Got it? That is your discipline to balance your debt, not have a shitty score anymore. Step 5. I know you're going to say, I got an emergency, Ray. What do I do? Well, jack it up, get stuck, can't get any more, can't ride daily squads. It's called stupid. Knowing that there are 2 cards on planet Earth that allow you to max amount $1 million freaking dollars. Let's think. Your car payment, your house payment does not make your score go up and down. That fluctuates ever, unless you don't pay them. You have a gold and platinum card with paid over time limit. They don't fluctuate. You can max them out $1 million. All right, as long as you maintain the payment. They even have a paid over time limit too. No more excuses for you. What happens when everybody loses a job, has an emergency? What do? Simple. They all run out of time, run out of money, and then go jack up their cards in 45 days. Why do people do the same stupid thing and jack them up in 42 to 45 days? I don't understand stupid yet. Do you understand stupid? All right, people aren't stupid. They just keep doing stupid shit. They jack it up, get stuck, can't get any more. Come on. Let's pretend today you're going to listen and do what I tell you to do. And the average person wastes $50 every other day like you. If we needed $5,000 now, what are you going to do? Ask your friends, your family, the bank. When you need it, the answer is no. You don't need it. Here you go. This is a $5,000 card. If I max it out today, the payment's $50 a month. $50 a month. So it's very simple. $50 a month is that the average person everybody wastes every other day. So then they say the average person wastes 140 a week. That's 600 a month. If I take, using some common sense, 50,000 off of a corporate credit card, tax ID, write it all off, kind of thing as well. All right, the payment is $612.26. What the average person pisses away in a given month. Using some common sense, you know what we get to do? How about we buy 2 pizza restaurants during a pandemic using common sense? I don't understand. All right, you watch to do this. Why don't you do it too? Oh, there's that guy, me. White men do jump, stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Now I need you to write down Ray's rules. Can you write down Ray's rules, please? 100,000, 29% utilization, safety credit 71,000. See, every time you hurt your family in your credit, you don't need to. So you can't jack this up anymore. Maybe use a little bit to start a business. When you have a corporation with division process that I invented 85, 86, the division is the duck. If something goes wrong, you were going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. You're going to protect the corporation and your family. You got it? We don't have to bring the pain home in the first place. You never had to. But again, there's your cake and eat it too. It's called Ray's Rules. Remember that? Let's become step 7 and understand something today. We can be a certified CFO and we never have to bring the pain home. Is that all right? If you learn to play, here I am in a coma. 2009. Google the address. You'll find out I'm telling you the truth. It'll set you free. I got to die. Kind of sucks. Got to come back too and help you. Too bad I couldn't go boo and scare the hell out of them. H1N1. So I've been in 2 comas in my life so far. One, I got to be crippled. Jesus said, get up. I got up, freaked them all out. One, I got to die and come back and help you. See, I think the devil's trying to knock us down and hold us back. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So we can play. If you allow me to repackage you and you're stuck with me, All right, up to 6 days a week, 10 classes on Saturday too. Let's put you back together like Humpty Dumpty. Is that okay? What's a corporation again? There it is. Chapter 18. Legal person may sue or be sued. What do? So when they sue the corp, they sue you because you're a duck and a sheep. But I learned how to play. And then basically the lack of knowledge is why it makes people do stupid things every day. So understand. Helping Hand got 100,000 in the mail. Got named in the movie Dave. So I got sued at 12 and a half years old. That scared the crap out of me. Named in a lawsuit. But I didn't understand trade name, trademark, and copyright. But now I do. So guess what we get to do? Never bring the pain home. Division. If you allow me to set up divisions that I created and invented 85, 86, that means every location, division. Every credit card, divisions. What do we get to do? We get to have multiple functions. We can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If we have tenants and properties, the bottom line is who's going to slip and fall and sue us and screw us up? Every unit's a division. We get cash and supply credit too. A division is a line of defense. Is that okay if you become a certified CFO? I build credit for my cat to prove my point. All right, it freaked Harold Stokes out, one of my attorneys, and Inc. magazine interviewed me, went up to Bonaventure, and basically it's simple. I told him to use plastic to finance the business and send the next issue. So why don't you have that 9 divisions today? Let's think about this. If you build a corporate umbrella, the divisions are the ducks. We have no intent to do fraud. If you allow me to get you the tax ID, I'm allowed to put in my credit system. I'm allowed to build the credit reports and get you cash credit cards. Is that okay? And then we line you up for checkbook money too. Ultimate goal. So I'm going to tell you 9 divisions up to 1 million, 41 divisions up to 5 million, and that's the ultimate goal. So we get to play the game and win. So let's think. Just before we go to the division process, I want you to pay attention. Today, when you go into the Secretary of State's website and you have a corporation, you're the incorporator, you're on the officer's list. When they sue that corporation, they sue you. All right? So don't tell me about type of corporation to protect your asset, like that idiot that wrote the book Asset Protection. Okay, copied half my stuff and did it wrong anyway. So let's think about something today. If we put our ducks in a row, which I had to do for the grown-ups when I was a kid, because right now your corporation gets sued, they sue you, you become a duck and a sheep, and that sucks. How about we set up a division process, like banks and grocery stores do in subsidiaries? Let's stop bringing the pain home. Dashboard, I'm allowed to set up credit reports using tax ID. Now I know everyone's got a sad story, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Sell, have a garage sale, sell your wedding ring, your watch, whatever the hell you have to do, because that's what I did coming out of a coma. Sold my Rolex, my bracelet, my necklace, and my wedding ring. I got cited for 3 times having 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. So there's no excuse besides people being lazy. Hell, go drive a damn Uber. That's what you got to do. A corporation, you could use a little bit of your money, but that's it. Because a corporation should build itself. Why would anybody steal money from the family when they never had to? So if I get you a card, can you allow me to get you 9 more, please? But that's up to you too. I'll teach you how. I'll do it for you. So is that a pack of 10? Could that actually be up to $1 million of credit too? And finance it up and away? So the goal is simple today. That's how you multiply credit to $1 million. Your goal is like American Express, that says 99 more cards. Would you like the authorized user card or would you like the division card? Which would you like? When they offer you a line of credit, the biggest mistake people do is they put it in their personal bank account and then transfer it to the corporation, and your accounting people will say, no! Auditors hate that stuff. So if you have a division of you, you can receive that money through the corporate bank account too. Simple. Isn't the goal not to bring the pain home? So if we build a corporate umbrella, and you allow me to add 2,000 of history, all right, and I build the reports for you, Experian, Treasury, and Equifax, I'm going to charge you literally $4.99 each, and 3 for $14.97. Office charges up to $1,000. And it's a Zelle fare when you Zelle, RW when you Zelle. Now you got 3 divisions to your corporation too. Now, if you get credit, I build it for you, please loan out some money. When I wrote basically on page 6, cash flow free up your time 45 years ago, if I loaned you money or get money to the creditor and the corporation too, why don't you replace your income or enhance it? You see, I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I don't show things I didn't obtain. Why would I do that? All right, why don't you get $1 million of credit cards? How about $5 million of checkbook money? How about we learn to get 100,000 to 1 million of supply and vendor credit, OPM money, and we don't have to pay up to 90 days, and it's done in Bradstreet too. Again, now once we do that kind of credit, what do we get to do? Let's distribute it on Amazon. Let's get the money now. Let's make $1 million. Most people do. So let's think. If I repackage you over here to 750 and you do exactly what I tell you to do, and I hold your hand, we sing Kumbaya, I'd like to go after the 10 cards that I love. Simple. Capital One. You have an unlimited Green Spark times 9. You have a Bank of America times 9. A Wells Fargo times 9. How about we go Chase Inc. times 9? How about Gold Card times 9? That could be up to $5 million just for those 5 cards, not counting the other 5 cards. Now, we haven't even talked about checkbook money yet. See, every bank will give you an unsecured line of credit up to 150 as long as you have a 2-year corporation and have a 720 and above. But again, I help line you up for that checkbook money. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, U.S. Bank, and Navy Fed are my 5 favorite. But that's called checkbook money. Again, you get to play. Now, based on each division, you can literally build up to $5.4 million of checkbook money. That's where divisions come in too, to build separate lines of credit as well. See, this way you never have an excuse to having the money to go get the honey, the ultimate goal. If you don't have a 2-year corporation, all right, we have 4 left in stock, no problem. It's California based. You can qualify in any state as a foreign corporation. You just pay your filing fee. The office will sell it to you for $999. During the broadcast right now, it's $499 to you if it is Zelled. Or WZL, what you put and what you did for the shell corp. And not call the office, pay $1,000. Don't forget the 5 reasons why we want cash credit. Never to hurt the family too. Remember, I do specialty classes on Saturday as well. There are 10 classes on Saturday. At 8:30 in the morning, I have a class that I call in rotation called specialty. All 8 of those rotate every 8 weeks. This week, it's called daisy chaining. We're going to teach people how to daisy chain credit left and right. All right, and the ultimate goal, it is going to be this Saturday. The date is wrong. But again, it's okay. I charge $9.99 for 90 days of specialty. And on top of that, I charge $4.99 per class. Up to you. So this kind of crap, you got to stop it. I mean, this makes no sense. Why would any adult jack up the cards, drop the score, screw it up, and bring the pain home? I don't understand. I think that's called stupid. And people aren't stupid. They just do stupid things. So if we master the gold and platinum cards, then we can actually max out up to $1 million. And they have a paid overtime limit too, as long as you maintain the payment. There's the card you use in emergency. Your score never fluctuates ever again. Every cash application requires a certified CFO for a corporation. If you want, you can always email me. All right, basically, or call Scott, my controller, and then they can take a credit card from you too if you don't want to Zell. Now, what do? Borrow money is not taxable. So if we build a business off the corporate credit, something screws up via division. Your goal is to buy a lifetime income and stop bringing the pain home. Once again, that is your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules. All right, become a certified CFO. Never bring that pain home again. What do we do next? Let's think hypothetically. If I gave you a check for $1 million, what would you do? You do the typical thing like everybody else does. You'd bank in your personal account. And then you only get to keep $375. I would have told you put in a division of your corporation or you pay all the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. That's what you should do. That's what rich and famous people do. From here, we have to look at basically the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corporations. They call them states. States got corporate, they call them cities. They created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. Case blank, it's the family bankrupt the dead, stay in business. which you could do the same thing too, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. Step number 9 for you today. Why don't you Google bankruptcy? That way you look at Secretary of State. You look at all the pieces and the SSN, the SS4. Let's say, if the next time the blank hits the fan, is it going to be you and your family, or is it going to be a corp division or subsidiary? Make a decision. Your goal is to protect your assets. But again, that's up to you. As we play the game, let me add you to my credit system. That way we can build you up to $1 million of credit, as long as you go to class, not following you what, and follow through. But if you don't follow through, you better own your own mistake. Because if you don't follow through, that's on you. Here's a starter package. Rebuild the credit, rapid score, articles also tax city are free if you don't have them. I've been given for free for 45 years. Set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. From there, the office and I recharge $9.99. They give you $5,000 of credit. I give you 10. I want you to have 10 times your money. Because this way you do it during my webinar, and that way they don't just take an order. They're supposed to do their own sales. We analyze in 24 hours. We add history. We start popping credit as soon as possible, because it's a bonus for you, and you learn to be a certified CFO. That opportunity is only during the broadcast with me to increase the credit limit too. It is a Zell. When you put RW, write down when you Zell for it too. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you. Is that okay? Ultimate goes very simple. See, I think you're stuck. We got to get you past go. How about mansions in the harbor? How about race boats that got Ray Reynolds University.com on it too, and yachts and helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too? How about you change your driver's license, because I want you to P.O. Box mail-in address for more privacy. Step 12. Well, why don't we look at the car you drive today? What did you do? You went to the dealership, they sweat you for 5 hours, they treat you like a duck and a sheep, and you put up with it. You lost $5,000 to $10,000. You got 9 inquiries. That's not how you buy a car. But the ultimate goes very simple. To buy a car, it is fleet price, tax ID division. We don't need gap insurance. It's not on a personal credit report. It's a corporate write-off, and you're learning to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal. Now, house, you never put 2 people on the loan. That'd be kind of stupid. Because you're not stupid. That'd create a loan to value for 2 people. Lose it, you're both screwed up. Car shouldn't be your car. But again, here's what happens if you lose your house and a car. They report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you got shitty credit and an IRS problem too. You didn't plan the problem for you. The division should be a registered owner of a car and all these bumpity bumps. So if they sue, they get diddly squat. Is that okay with you? Step 14 to plan the problem. So let's understand today is very simple. Every entity, division, registered owner of a car. All right, boom, boom. Every house you ever get, why don't you put it in a division? See, here's the problem. You're going to be counting on people to maintain the rent, to maintain the payment to the bank. What if one of them slip and fall and sue you and screw you up? How about your paycheck offset in your taxes with your house payment? How about basically Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion, and they don't pay tax on the trillions they're worth today too. See, they're not playing any problem. They're playing the game. There's no loophole. There's literally no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter by using a line of credit. All right, within 24 hours. I think he's totally D and totally dumb, but he has a spaceship. So the other 2 guys have spaceships too. You could actually join the club and win the battle too. But that's step 15 for you. Up to you too. So here's Carl. He has a line of credit up to $1 billion to offset all the money he brings in, because debt offsets taxes. Here's Walt Disney and Newsweek. They have $1 billion in the bank. They don't want to pay tax. So they wrote an IOU to themselves. Borrow money is not taxable. Leveraging money to more money. So run your life through a corporation or conjunction, but that's up to you. Ultimate goal is very simple to play. The next thing is very simple. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, your paycheck's taxable income. When you get the leftover, do you pay the car payment, the gas, registration, insurance? Why don't you yell no and start driving a company car like I do? By the way, that's step 17. Why don't you get literally an SS4 form today? When we go to irs.gov and download one for free. It says banking and credit purposes. It'll prove what I'm saying is the truth. It'll set you free, that you never had to be a duck in the first place. You chose not to follow through and pay attention to me. You listen to a bunch of silly people too. Sorry, it's just true as we played the game. So here's Mama. She delivered a baby ever since Nixon took the gold standard out in 71. Mama was handed an SSN form. They give a Social Security form, SS5, to literally to the baby that's going to go home, take a nap, take a poop. That's how it works. So let's understand today. You basically buy a house, it's escrow, closed homestead, trust. All right, if you got a house not in a trust, that's called dumb. They sue you, they screw you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck into probate. Your family got diddly squat. You fix up a property, hire the contractor today. Oh, goody. And then what do? They hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip and fall and cut corners and they sue you, they take everything you got. My way, they get diddly squat. Why not? But you want to play? Why don't you look up at irrevocable trust today? But that's up to you. That's step 19, 6 more to go. We get to play, and we're going to play my way. Oh, I get those people all the time. Ray, I don't pay tax. Don't file a tax return. Then I always tell them, go to prison. Get the hell out of here. Don't pass go. Don't collect your $200. See, Wesley Snipes tried that crap too. He went to prison for 3 years. Fined $5 million. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. You got to play by the rules. They have that form called 656 433 A and B. Get your butt back in the system today. That's called step 20 today. Now, your goal should be an OPM, all right, up to 70% discount. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. You close an escrow, got $200,000 left over. You don't piss it away like most of you do. You leverage it into $15 million. And then you get basically, you borrow money, it's not taxable, and you set up the line of defense. So again, it's up to you. That's why it's called step 21, called blackjack. So you get to win. Don't you want to win? Here's Ray Reynolds University, 2009. Building is 22,000 square feet, Irvine Spectrum. Very simple. Locations in other states. Now, what am I going to do? They stole my whole life and a comb, and I get to come back to you. Boo-hoo-hoo. What did I do? Feel sorry for myself? Hell no. I got out my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. I took out my 5 closet divisions and all the credit I've been building since I was 9.5 years old. Again, there's no excuses. It's called see it, believe it, go get it. You rebuild it again and again. No more excuses for you. Step 22. 1,000 steps to millionaire, certified CFO. Now, again, what happens if you need the books and CDs? They're free. Free. But it will cost you shipping and handling fee of $99. Sold it for $5,000 a set. So if you Zelle, write down RW Zelle, the $99 now, put your address on that too. Know where to ship it for you. There's your Zelle. As we play, I got a schedule. I'm online 6 days a week. Have been in person online for 45 years. And basically stuck with me the rest of this year if you want to be. From here, remember, credit, loan money. Or let's convert money, let's leverage it. Take that 100,000 to financial freedom. Why don't we create up to 10,000 to 50,000 a month? Again, I think about Section 8s. There's properties literally for $35,000 to $75,000, and they're brand new. Not a piece of shit property for you. That one's $75,000. They want $1,500 a down payment with the closing costs. It's $5,000. And what do? You turn it into a Section 8. And now what happens from there? You get 3 of these suckers, and what do you get? 10,000 to 50,000 a month. Up to that too. See, there's no excuse for you besides you're lazy or you don't want to pay attention. Your way hasn't worked. It sucks. My way gets millionaires. Would you like to leave a legacy? Would you like 10,000 up to that to 50,000 a month? But it's up to you. Look in the mirror today. Ask yourself a question. What did you do yesterday to get you your first million? Remember, all those lists I want you to have to download, even the bankruptcy list. Corporations should have $1 million of credit. So should every division. Checkbook money and what? Supply and vendor money too. You should be building a $10 million company. But the biggest problem we have is you. Please don't think and just do. The goal is simple. Expos, franchise, hedge funds. Why don't you sell products on Amazon? But again, if you want the ultimate package with me, it's very simple. 30 days of private calls, 90 days in all the classes, 9 divisions. Like I said earlier, take a picture of this if you're allowed to. Then this is what you get, and that bonus credit with your investment too. We usually charge 10%. 500,000 is usually 50 grand. So these are a little bit of discounted if you did it today. And it is, again, take a picture if you want phone calls with me to Blueprint. And the ultimate goal is if you want $1 million of credit. Okay. I charge 10%. From there, I give you 45,000 of bonuses if you don't have them, or I give you the ones you're missing. Pay in full, it's $50,000. No bonuses needed, 30,000, or you put 10,000 down. And then as I build you up and away, you make a monthly payment, and then I let 10 in that program too. The goal is for me next year is all basically private coaching and some classes. So 10 people, and I got half ready to go. Got the other half too. It's promises too. All right, in all classes. We're going to give them video reference and videos every week. From there, we're going to give them calls with me, coaching, rapid refresh for 1.5 years, and a private meeting every month to blueprinting. And if they can't come in person or fly in, reality is very simple. We'll basically do like a Zoom meeting. So the next thing I got to teach them how to do is fill out applications my way. I want them to basically let me walk them through it. They're going to do the application. I'm going to guide them from projections. What's the limit to ask for? Phone calls, do the credit for need to be. From there, daisy chaining credit, and literally increasing limits too. So that is $25,000. That's not for everybody. The reality is, the faster you do that, the faster you're in it, and there's no payment on that. It's a paid in full or don't do it at all. So again, it's very simple. I become your coach for basically 1.5 years. Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. What's a corporation again? A legal person. What's divisions do? Gives you the line of defense. What's our ultimate goal? Not to bring the pain home. Every tax ID is entitled to a credit report. I get to build them for you in my system. 9 divisions can build up to 1 million. 41 can build up to 5 million. Again, from there, a pack of 10 can be up to $1 million. So there's how you multiply credit through the corp and the division process. They offer 99 more cards. How about we get authorized user card or division card? Very simple. From there, we get a line of credit. We want a division of us on the bank account to deposit the money, because that's what makes sense. That's what you can use it for anyway. So if you want divisions set up for you, I basically put 2,000 of history, set up through the tax ID, Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. And what happens, I charge $4.99 each, 3 for $14.99. It is definitely a Zelle. The office are charging up to $1,000 each. So what are you willing to lose? Family, corporation, division. When we play chess today, we lose pieces on both sides, right? So I made it the way I designed the system is literally we both get checkmate. That's step 23. Is that okay with you? So we get to play and understand. Here's a Lamborghini in a building too. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. I've done the impossible in my life. And it's Ray's rules, making millionaires through corporations and divisions and training people to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal. So the goal is here, up to $250 per entity. So we create up to $1 million. That way you can multiply the credit per each entity as well. Again, up to 5 million on top of that too. So I like making corporate millionaires. Would you like to be next? Add to my system. What do I get to do? Analyze you, show you get the American dream, and get you that 750 score too, as long as you pay attention and follow through and go to class, and I'll call your case number in rotation at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. So understand, never have joint credit. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. So why do people spend thousands on a corporation and learn diddly squat? I think that attorney, CPA, and incorporating service ripped you off. They're free in all 50 states, by the way. You pay a little filing fee. Division process, real estate, franchise, current business, line of defense. I like getting bonus credit for Ray's rules to you so you can finance your American dream and take away all your excuses. Again, it's very simple. That's why it's step 24. So if all you want from me is a 750 score, okay, let's analyze. Let's add rapid rescore. Let's tear it apart. You go to class on Saturday. You pay attention. We get a 750 score. We charge you $9.99 normally. $1,000 card back to you, but we're going to discount it during this broadcast to $4.99. And you get a $500 card back anyway. So that basically discounted everything we're doing is during the broadcast only. Starter package, rebuild the credit rapid score. Articles, also text ID are free. If you don't have them already, you'll build the one you got. Corporate setup level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Office and I charge $9.99 currently. They give 5,000 credit. I give 10. Trying to convince you, if you see me now, do it now. You double the credit. Analyzation 24 hours. Add history and start popping credit as soon as possible. Ultimate goal. All right, basically you get the level 1 for 90 days. That extra bonus is only during the broadcast if you Zelle now. So again, what would you like to basically do? Referrals, I'll build you a credit, or I'll send you back 10%, as long as that person who signs up gives you your name, or puts it on the Zelle, so you get credit for that too. If they don't, they kind of blew it for you. You can always email me their name and phone number too. So here's a corporation. All right, let's say Bank of America. Their parent company has a branch number. They bankrupt locations and they just get a tax credit. All right, all your banks, grocery stores, and Sam's Club and Geico and everything else does this, even cities. So what should we do? Division process. So let's stop bringing the pain home. Let's be a certified CFO, and let's basically reprogram our brain domain or status. Look behind the curtain. Stop bringing the pain home. Stay safe and strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, if you want anything I offered you, it's Zelle. You can also call 800-254-9506. Ask for Scott. Insist on Scott. He is the only one who will honor anything offered here. If not, they're going to give you a different price. Up to you. That is step 25. The ability to play the game and to win. Ultimate goal is very simple. I want to be the next millionaire. I'm letting you know. Well, I'd love to get you there. The reality is all you have to do is all the things I've asked you to do to get your follow-up up and away. That's all we got to do. Okay? So as we do this as well as we structure it too. Okay? What states? There are 14 states. Do your homework. Okay? I just want to point you in the right direction. If you're in class, ask the question. You might get a list from me too. The ultimate goal. I think I give plenty of information for free on this webinar. Probably more than I should. The ultimate goal, more than you ever learned from anybody else. So let's do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day, if you don't Zelle and call Scott at that phone number right in front of you, 800-254-9506. Maybe you blew it for you. Always remember, very simple. God loves us all.